Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the stage of statues. We have a fun one here today. We have number 27 of the PCS Megaman Zero Deluxe version. This version was limited to 300, and here I am just checking out the box. It's a little bit worse for wear, but hopefully everything is okay inside. Just taking a look around the perimeter to see, like, hey, one, this is a big box, and two, what else do I need to take a look at? Well, let's get right into opening the top of the box, and what we'll see when we do that is the iconic Mega Man logo. I believe KJ Inafune himself designed the original logo, and this box art just looks so good. So if you take a look at it, this is exactly what we're going to get. And the one thing I would say that confused me a little bit is Mega Man's on the box. And if you see here, it's supposed to be for Zero. So I had to double check to see, hey, is this right? But when I took a look at some of the other boxes, it started to make sense a little bit. So here's Zero in all its glory. So that relieved me a little bit of possible anxiety I had between all the boxes getting mixed up. But what they did was, the capsule, I believe, is for both of them. So they just included the Mega Man box art. And then Zero is just a separate statue that goes into the capsule. So I guess that makes it a little bit easier. Probably a nightmare to ship out, though, depending on who the shipping person is. And this is me just stacking two of these huge boxes. Here's my garage shelf and trunks for comparison on size. And these are just two of the boxes. And if we take a look at the Mega Man color, we can see it's already a little bit of more of a metallic shine that we'll get into once we do a little bit more of the unboxing phase of this video. But so with that being said, let's start the unboxing. As we get into the box, we see that it comes with straps. I love the companies that do just straps only and non-tape. That saves me a lot of work and a lot of grief when you try and get that styrofoam out. So if we go forward, the first thing that we see after we unbox is the capsule top itself. So the huge box is the capsule and two of its components. Not all of its components, just two. So we have the huge top that has a pretty hefty weight to it. It has the light up functionalities in the top. And then we have the back spine with the base. So if we take a look a little bit at it standing up, you can just see the height of everything. And at the top of this, there's two pegs where the top slots. But right here, just getting rid of some extra styrofoam. They need to invent a magnet for this stuff. It goes all over the nerd cave. But if you look at the detail of everything and how everything slots in, it's pretty impressive how everything was put together on this piece. And when you give your people a little bit of freedom to do whatever they want, to an extent, you get cool stuff like this. And I really appreciate PCS taking the plunge on this type of Mega Man design. Looks like water cooling. So as you can see, it almost looks like a CPU cooler design. So whoever was into this was really into water cooling their computer, because I guess if you were to run a capsule in the future, this is what the tubing would look like. And just the back end design stuff you may not even see if you didn't display this in the center of the room has so much detail to it. You have places where the fans would be, the spinal piece. Just taking another look at that hard tubing. Yeah, it's just a great piece overall. And then this is when in my head is, okay, where do all of these pieces slot in? Because there's a whole separate box for all the different mechanisms and extra tubing that there is. But let's get a little bit further into the unboxing. Here, this took a little bit of effort to try and slide the top onto the 2 posts, but eventually got it in. And off the bat, you can see just how tall this piece is. I believe it's around 31 inches or so from top to bottom, and heavy as well. I think on the side of the box it said 80 plus pounds. But if you just look at the continuous detail on these pieces together, definitely is a Grail when you take a look at it. Let me just take a look at the measurement for this. And as we go down, yep, we're at about 30 inches. Now, as we unbox the Zero piece, there's a couple of things that come to my mind off the bat. This is kind of reminiscent of X2 when you had to piece together Zero, find the different body pieces and go through that whole quest. Because for you who didn't know, Megaman X, you weren't really able to play as Zero. X2, you were piecing together Zero. X3, you can swap out to Zero. And it wasn't really till X4 that he was a choosable character from the start. We have his logo. Look at the hand details on this statue. You can see the, what is it, Tony Stark said, the hot rod red chrome paint. So the keen-eyed viewers will see that I automatically went to putting on the left side, which, as you'll find out, is the wrong side later. Took a little bit of grief, but everything slots in pretty easily. But the only thing is you just have to be careful as if you try to assemble him on the base itself. There's no real support. They do give you 2 different faces for the statue, or 2 different head sculpts. One with the eyes open, and then one with the eyes closed. Right here I'm trying to contemplate which head sculpt looks better. It makes sense for the closed eyes version because Zero, he was sleeping for a long period of time, but my mind went to this is probably after a battle or when he was first constructed and running tests on him. So I think the open eye head sculpt makes a lot of sense right here. You can just look at the size of him just slotting into the capsule itself. And here's a look at the close-eyed head sculpt. Again, the key eye, you'll see that the 2 arms are swapped. My mind automatically went to symmetry. I'm putting the damaged side to the damaged side and the repaired side to repaired side. And doesn't even look too bad that way as well. Almost look like he got caught in an explosion and they're repairing half his body. But as you can see, as soon as I opened this, all the silicone beads fell all over the nerd cave. As I opened slowly, I would know I would have to get the vacuum. So after I did that, started to take out some of the pieces. And this is where I really wish there were some instructions. I didn't see any inside the box. Comment down below if there's any type of PDF or anything that anyone would have for reference. So we see the power adapter. We see the gears. A lot of different of the repair parts in the capsule itself. This is a pretty cool visual once you see everything put together. As you start to add more and more of the attachments, you have different pieces and cords that go from the top of the base to his chest to his back. So it's actually like he's repairing or getting repaired on. There's a different view, a different angle of everything. There's a couple different ways you can display this piece. And the great thing is all of the lighting. This really makes the statue go to another level. You see the red with the Zero. This will look great next to the blue with Megaman. This is definitely a centerpiece and a Grail for Megaman collectors. This can easily be in the center of the room just based off the dimensions alone. At about 30 inches tall, 18 inches wide. This is the PCS Zero Deluxe piece. Highly suggested to get for any Megaman fan out there. Highly detailed. It's a real creative piece. They took some chances on this, and I think it paid off. It really captures the feel of Megaman. This captures the, hey, do I want to go back in the day to Blockbuster and buy this game or rent this game? This is the same feeling. Some of the first 4 figure pieces as well. This is pretty much the size of all of them put together. So, take a look at it. Thanks for joining me. Till the next one.